Let's start. In today's session, we'll understand about how to work with stage loads. Let's start now. How to use stages or how to use ADLS stages with Fabric Data Factory pipelines. Okay, go to firstly step 1. Go to your Azure account. Create data lake storage account. Okay, then create an empty container. Create one empty container. For stages, for ETL stage, and create an empty container for ETL logging. Okay, two different items. Next, then step number 2. Here we need to generate either access key or SAS key. Okay, note IAM is not applicable. Come on, why it is not applicable? And ACL is also not applicable. Yes, friends, why it is not applicable? See, IAM and ACL are security items. Okay, only for within Azure. It's only for within Azure. But we are now outside Azure, right? Isn't it? We are now outside Azure. So for non-Azure connections, okay, for non-Azure connections, we make use of either access key or SAS key. Okay. Firstly, let me just log into my Azure account. Just wait for a few moments. Just wait for a few minutes. Let me just first connect. Yes, let me just connect. Okay, let me create the staging account first. I'll take the screenshots. It's a fabric data factory stages. Okay, so here we go. Go to all resources. Go to all resources. I'll call this as, I'll just search for storage account. Okay, click on storage account. Say create. Okay, then give the subscription. Storage account. I'll say ADLS account. Go to advanced. Okay, hierarchical namespace. Review plus create. Review plus create. So inside storage account, let's wait for some time. Okay, inside the storage account, we need to create two containers, or maybe one container or two folders. Performance wise, every container will have something called E tag. E tag means egress tag we call. So whenever there are read write operations in one E tag in a container, other read write activities will be made to wait. So for parallelism, it is recommended to have two separate containers. I'll say stage container, and you can go to advanced encryption scope optional. Click create. Same way, this is log container for ETL logging. Okay, you get the containers ready. Then what we do? We are using this storage account outside Azure. We are using the storage account outside Azure, right? So here we go. So for this purpose, go to access key. Go to access key. Copy the access key. This one, copy key, and So here we go. Click on access key and then other one show key. Copy show key. Click on show key. Okay, I think some problem there. Like this. Okay. Next, storage account and key are ready. Go to Fabric Data Studio. Click on Data Factory. Okay, next. Here, click on Data Pipeline. You can use existing data pipeline. See there, open. Okay, we are opening an existing data pipeline. But where is the pipeline? It is inside the workspace. You can go to workspace and open the pipeline or directly open the pipeline here. This one. Click on open. Click on open pipeline. Next. So here we go. Click on open pipeline. Then what we do? Go to this copy data. Here you see the JSON. View source code means JSON code. In case you would like to edit the JSON, then we can have this option. Edit the names, dependencies, etc. Click on add activity. This is the place where we can add activity. But to edit existing copy data activity, there is no edit option directly. Select and scroll down. Down you see settings. Do you remember what is the alternative for DIU? Please, do you remember that? Alternative for DIU. Fine. It is called the intelligent throughput optimization. Okay, it's intelligent throughput optimization. Give degree of copy parallelism. I was talking about this last week also. Enable staging. Default is workspace staging. Go to external staging. Okay, this one. Go to external staging and plus new storage account. Blob storage, data lake storage. Any one is fine. So for example, data lake storage. Give the URL for a file system. Okay, this one until file system. What does it mean? Usually if it is regular data factory, we get the prompt, we get the required items, the browse option, right? Here we don't have browse option, we need to go by URL until container. So you get the storage account ready, go to container, click on the container. Just wait, I need to click on the correct container name. This one, okay? Click on container. This is the container name, stage container. So storage account container URL will be for ADLS. URL will be in this way: https dfs.co.windows.net. Storage account dot https dfs.core.windows.net. This one, okay? Fabric Data Studio requires URL ADLS storage account dot dfs data lake file system dot core.windows.net slash container. So slash container, okay? Give slash container, okay? Next, then what else? Here we need to specify the same container. It should be https only. Then new connection means new linked service. It should be a new linked service. New connection. Connection name, I'll call it ADLS stage. Okay, give the stage. You need to provide the account key or SAS key. Let's have the account key. Account key is nothing but the access key. Account key means access key. Either you provide access key or SAS key, either of them. Okay. Storage path. Give storage path. Give storage path. Click on storage path. Stage. You already gave the container, but here we need to provide the exact folder and file path. Right now no folder, so directly provide the path like this and enable compression in this way. What is that again? Observe carefully. Step number 2, generate SAS key. Okay, then number 2, go to Fabric portal. Go to your Fabric portal. Go to workspace. Click on the pipeline that we created previously. Select copy data activity. Okay, copy data activity. Okay, next. Then what we do here, let's we need to specify copy data activity, then scroll down to settings. Okay, then we need to specify storage type external, storage type external. Next, click on new, specify the storage account URL. It is in this format. Okay, one of these two formats. No ADLS, directly core.windows.net slash, and here the container would be container name. Okay, same way in this way. Give the container. Next, okay, then our next, here once you have the container, security type would be account key or SAS key. Specify the key value. Okay, note account key means access key. Okay, remember account key means access key. Then enable compression. Okay, enable compression in this way. Okay, next, enable compression, then what next, we need to now get these changes published. Click on these changes, click on all these required activities. One more thing, storage path, set storage path, enable compression, then top left, click on save. Okay, click on save like this. Means this data, I mean the changes were published to workspace. Click validate to verify the pipeline. Okay, next, here we can schedule it, or to test the pipeline we have something called invoke pipeline. Click on invoke pipeline. It is still a preview option wherein we can bring pipeline into the flow and execute it. Ideally, what we do is first we define the pipeline. Then you take another activity, call the pipeline for execution. That is one way. Previous class, what we did, click on run. So run is one way. Of course, we can schedule. Other alternative way is invoke pipeline. Of course, in a different pipeline window, invoke pipeline, go to settings and select whichever pipeline you want. This invoke pipeline, give some name. Invoke pipeline 1, give some name like this. Give some name. Okay, here you get the pipeline interface like this. Add pipeline activity, add pipeline activity, and here still preview, but inside this pipeline activity we can call the previously defined pipeline and run it here. How? Let's say click on invoke pipeline. Okay, click on invoke pipeline and go to settings. Go to settings. Whatever pipeline we created previously, simply select it here. We created one pipeline called Fabric Data Pipeline 1, right? Select the pipeline. Then validate and run. Click on validate and run. This is another way. So one pipeline can be executed from a different pipeline. This is called execute pipeline activity. So here it is for your reference purpose. How to execute or run a pipeline in Fabric or Fabric Data Factory. Okay, so what are the different ways? Let's see. Okay, there are different ways here. Let's see. Number one, option 1, click on run button. Click on run button. Available on top of the pipeline design interface. Option 2, as usual, schedule. Or option 3, click on invoke pipeline, name it, click on edit. This opens a new pipeline. Okay, here also again go to settings and choose or simply select, specify the pipeline you wanted to run. click save, and then run the pipeline. Okay, 3 different ways. Observe carefully. So this way we can perform the stage activities and executions. Next, any questions here, let me know please. I'll wait.
No questions here. Mr. Sai.
Tell me please. Yep.
Oh, okay. I was able to fix that issue I had last week.
Okay, then fine.
Okay.
Good.
So I should be able to do the homeworks now.
Then fine. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay.
Well, let's understand our next item. Fabric Data Studio or Fabric Data Factory. Let's understand the next item called data flow. Okay, data flow. Let's see. So here it is. So far we are talking about copy data activity and stage activity. Now go to data flow. How to get the data flow? Let's see. For example, I execute the previously defined pipeline. Once it is run successfully, then I would like to call one activity, save data flow, this one. So I would like to connect pipeline to data flow like this. Pipeline to data flow. Okay, next. Click on settings. Click on plus data flow. Okay, click on to data flow. Next. Here you see something called get data, just like Power BI, get data. Excel, SQL database, etc. For example, you take SQL Server database, you need to provide the server name. Okay, A.B.C. in this way, you have to provide the complete server name. So let's go to our Azure portal. Click on the SQL Server. Click on this SQL Server. Next. Go to our database. I have an e-commerce database. Copy the server name, this one, okay? Copy server name. Hope you are writing your notes. database name, and this would be a new connection. It will be a new connection, and gateway not required. You need not have any gateway here because Azure SQL database connection. Give the username and the password to connect to that above server. Click next. Okay, just click next. Here you may select a view or a stored procedure or multiple tables of your choice. For now, I'll select some data, or you may select multiple values here. For example, I have something called flight and reservation. Okay, two different tables. Let's see the aggregated data nodes and click create. You're creating the connection or creating the data set. Two queries are ready. We get the Power Query interface. Okay, now firstly we need to identify the data types. Make sure all columns are detected for the data type. You detect data type first. This one. Once we detect the data type, then you would like to bring them together. Go home, combine, merge, new, just like Power BI. Same Power BI interface. Merge as new and right side, flight and reservation. Craft code. Okay, you would like to compare these two for inner join or this one, left outer join, right outer join, full join, inner, left anti, right anti, any of them. Okay, so here it is. Select whichever option you wanted to. This is called join type, also called join kind. And then click OK. Click OK in this way. Okay, next. Click on the small arrow mark. Same as Power BI. Click on the small arrow mark. Click OK. Okay, we step into Power Query. Do these transformations. Now what we do? Our join data is ready, right? You would like to do aggregation. The main purpose you are joining two tables, bringing them together for aggregated data loads to destination. So here you would like to do aggregation transformation like group by. Okay, click on group by craft code. Before we proceed, here you see craft code repeated 2 times. You can select this particular craft code, right click and remove column. And we can also reorder the columns craft code wise. Say, for example, source wise, destination wise, class code is there, right? You would like to move the class code to the left side. Move to the beginning or before. Before means left. In Power BI, we see left here with before. So craft code wise, source, destination, class code and seeds. Okay, number of seeds. Next. Here, what we do, we need to aggregate. Click on group by, select craft code, select the first column, click group by. Go to advanced. Advanced option is for more than one aggregate. Basic means up to one aggregate and one group by value. In our example, it should be advanced because you want multiple groupings, multiple aggregates, source, destination, and class code like this. Then specify sum of number of seats. It is taken as total seat count. Okay, in this way. Click OK. So here we get aggregated data. Now what else? For example, you would like to add one extra column, ETL date, ETL load date you would like to add. Then go to add column, custom column equal to. Here we can specify the required column that you would like to add. Okay, you would like to specify the custom column you would like to add. For example, expression for generating date or anything of your choice. We can specify it. For example, here in this case, instead of using custom column equal to and specify the current date, we have something called current date or date actually. We can make use of date to get today's date and time automatically, or you can make use of date time column. For example, see here in add column or even the column transformation, there's something called date time, right? This one, date time column transformation. We can add that value or for now leave it as it is. You would like to have unique values for easy identification, surrogate key, right? Go to add column, index column from 1. This is how we add the surrogate key. Just like data factory. In data factory, we have surrogate key transformation separately. Here we add it using Power Query. Once you do all the transformations, then next item, go home, add data destination, add data destination. Okay, so here we go. How to add data destinations? Let's see. So for this purpose, for data destination, click on SQL database or a warehouse. Or data is from SQL database. You would like to give it a warehouse. Now let's understand how to define a warehouse here. Fabric data warehouse. Okay. So for this purpose, click on create new connection. Create new connection. Let's wait. Provide the connection name. It will prompt you for new connection. Give the warehouse name. Choose destination target. In warehouse category, in my account, I have two warehouses. Okay. Select any one warehouse. Say for example, fabric warehouse. A new table will be created in the warehouse. I'll call this as TBL reservation aggregate seat store. Give some table name. Okay, give some table name. Say next. So this is one of my existing table, fabric warehouse. For now, we are having a new table name. Or you can choose existing table. You may choose existing table. Select existing table. Okay, existing table would be loaded here, something like this. Or brand new table. Next. Okay, click next. Here we have update method. There will be some existing rows, blue rows, new green rows. Either replace it or append. If rows already exist, whether you want to append or replace, updates will be new row. New row is also new row, that is replace. Append means updates would be taken as it is. Updates, any changes to existing rows will be replacing the updates, and only new rows will be added. I mean existing row update, new row add. Or here you can do replace activity. Replace data on the destination, existing rows will be completely deleted. Choose any one item of your choice. Click Save Settings. So what we are doing, we are simply adding destination. whatever data destination you add here in a home button will be able to see down. We can edit. This is your Power Query interface. Click on publish now or publish later, anyone. Say publish now. Okay, something like this. Okay, next. What we are doing, we are publishing the data flow. The data flow contains Power Query. So earlier we have pipeline, right? Pipeline is independent ETL structure. That is one resource. Data pipeline we created is one resource. Now click on that particular pipeline. Click on the pipeline. Click on data flow. Go to settings. Call that data flow. What data flow will do? It is going to aggregate two different tables in our example and perform data load to a warehouse. So see here, data flow is a reusable item. We call the data flow inside the pipeline. Okay, next. Here, our requirement, you would like to connect like this, something like this. You would like to perform one initial load first, then call a different pipeline to perform one type of incremental loads and another data flow for aggregated data load, something like this. So we have this pipeline topology with multiple activities: copy activity, data flow activity, invoke pipeline activity. So three main activities forms one pipeline. And here these pipeline activities, copy data, data flow, and invoke pipeline can be even called from notebook. The notebook is there, right? That's our very next example. We'll be understanding how to get it from the notebook. And we also have lookup, cache lookup, just like our data factory. We'll be taking them separately next one or two classes. If possible, please revise your data factory pipelines and lookup and cache lookup concept there in data factory if you can, for easy learning over here. I repeat again, where we are right now, go home, okay? Click on workspace. Once you click on workspace, observe carefully here. Once you click on workspace, next, in this workspace, go to, in this workspace, see here, I have data flow, right? That is one item. Here we see data flow. Whatever data flow we created, data flows that we created, those are taken as semantic model. That is taken as semantic model. I'll just expand the type. and we created one pipeline separately. That pipeline does not include data flow. Data flow is separate. The same data flow can be included in multiple pipelines. You would like to get the dependency chart. Click on the small lineage view, this one. Same as Power BI. So see here now. I have data lake storage, SQL Server. Both connections are used in Fabric pipeline. And let me just minimize it. Or fit to full screen. Warehouse, SQL Server to data flow. And something like this. See here, staging warehouse to staging warehouse in this way. And you see the refresh item also. I'll just minimize the item here. Okay, like this. So we have dependencies across multiple items. Data flow has SQL Server source, warehouse destination, right? Just now we did one example. Same way, we have other one. Just wait. Fabric pipeline. SQL Server source, ADLS stage. We have Fabric pipeline. Then Fabric data warehouse has this Fabric data warehouse data set. The semantic model means data set. It is connected to warehouse. And one of the previous classes, data flow staging lakehouse to staging lakehouse connection. Right side, you see data set. Left side, you see data source. So this way, all these items are available with their appropriate connections. And you see here, automatic refresh takes place. We didn't configure any gateway. Gateway not required for Azure and Fabric data sources. Now, you would like to define lookup activity, cache lookup activity. Where are these lookup and cache lookup? Click on pipeline. This one, lookup activity. You would like to do a lookup activity for identifying the existence of data. Click on settings, workspace, data store type, workspace or external. If it is external, see here, whatever data sources you identified in the lineage or the workspace level, we can reuse them. For example, SQL database connection I would like to reuse. Okay, like this. This is a connection. Connection type. So connection to be reused, I'll say query like this. I would like to get the query. For example, I would like to extract. See, lookup transformation is mainly for extraction of data. Select max of list price from products data. Products data is a table. Max of list price. Okay, get this value. Then from here, what you do? Yes, we are able to extract data. You are supposed to first name this column as max list price, like this. Okay, we're extracting list price. So value of a query can be extracted by using lookup transformation. From here, what you would like to do? On success, you would like to perform certain activities. So yes, there is a lookup. From lookup, you would like to have copy of data. Click on copy data, add to canvas. Okay, like this. You do the lookup, you are able to get the maximum list price. That list price is given as max list price column. That value you would like to give it to copy data. Or instead of copy data, we have other activities. See here, click on activities. Home, activities set. Copy activity, data flow, notebook, etc. Here again, copy data, data flow, notebook and lookup are repeated for the same purpose. Once you get the maximum, say, list price value from a query, you would like to give it a stored procedure. Stored procedure requires parameters. Parameter value can be taken from a query. I'm searching for one value, giving it to the procedure. Okay, go to settings. So even in fact, this can be implemented as a separate pipeline, new pipeline. Okay, so here we go. Go to, just wait. For some reason it went up. I'll just put this way. Look up. Where is the warehouse? Where is the procedure? Procedure name. Firstly, select the warehouse, fabric warehouse. Inside fabric warehouse, we didn't create any procedure. So let's create the procedure first. Workspace, warehouse. Is expecting procedure to be inside warehouse for workspace. External, then you can define any connection of your choice. Okay, so give the Azure SQL database connection. It would take some time to get the database in the drop down. Select drop down. Procedure name. Okay, this is the procedure. Here you see the list of all procedure. For example, you have a procedure that gives you report of sales above the maximum list price, or say below the maximum list price or average list price. Say you define a procedure. So first you may do something like this. Look up for, instead of max, you say average list price. Okay, like this. Then define a procedure that report list of sales below or above the average list price. I'm giving an example here how to make use of the activity. Given a particular procedure in your external or workspace connections, we can even import the parameters. For now, I'm showing you external. We have a dedicated chapter only for workspace parameters, workspace procedures. They are a bit special. They are similar to Synapse procedures we have in Synapse Analytics. You know, in Synapse Studio, there is one procedure activity for external items and a dedicated second procedure activity for Synapse SQL pool, right? Dedicated SQL pool procedures. There we say dedicated SQL pool, here it is workspace. We'll take these stored procedures separately next. Once you get the pipeline ready, what you do? Go home and click save. Next, you'll practice till here carefully. The next item would be about this warehouse. Inside warehouse, how to perform ETL and ELT operations, how to define meaningful stored procedures for ETL, data load, security, etc. That would be the next item, warehouse operations. We'll first practice whatever we learned so far first, so that we are ready for our next activity.